Hi Leo, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you your mid-month money and career tarot reading for the month of June 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. Do keep in mind this is general for the remainder of the month and surrounding it. So just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But as well, I do want to thank you in advance for your love and support in the form of likes for this video, comments down below, and of course subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. Obviously join this Leo tribe as it grows by the day. They said we are so strong. Now I do feel the need to say right off the bat, right before I pressed record, I looked back at my window as the wind started to pick up a bit temporarily, and I heard winds of change. Winds of change. All right, we're gonna keep it simple for this mid-month reading and pull from the Gilded Tarot. Let's do some shuffling. I'm now hearing you're on a roll. You're on a roll, and that might remind you of the past in some way, shape, or form. Okay, take that in more than one way if it comes through that in that manner for you. For Leo, money and career for mid-June. Okay, so I do feel like in the midst of a living situation or a job, there's a bit of chaos, okay? There's a bit of uneasy energy. You may feel a bit trapped, but it's a reminder of change in the near future. Again, winds of change. Do you hear how I'm speaking? As they just made my voice go high. Do you hear how I'm speaking? It's very strong, it's very bold, it's very sure of oneself. That's how you're coming through in your work. When you're speaking to people, when you're getting things done throughout the remainder of June. Let's keep pulling. I feel like energy is going to heavily affect you in a lot of ways, even spiritual energy when it comes to the remainder of June. Just take a deep breath because I feel like you have a lot to accomplish, a very busy schedule, all right? Thinking about leaving a situation behind, you may even be pushed to step away from your work temporarily in order to come back in better energy, a better mindset, or when things are better in surroundings, okay? When it comes to your surroundings, it may be more to do with the energy in a situation, okay? I really feel like your work is important. Whatever you do for work, it's important. You may be a spiritual teacher or worker, a light worker. I may need to do this tomorrow. That's kind of your mindset. Just taking it day by day, step by step, but planning in other ways as well. I feel like what you produce and develop is very powerful. It connects to people, okay? I feel like you're easily connecting with people in the remainder of June, and even in the first half, but more so in the second half, as I feel like you're going through a bit of a balancing act and prioritizing your happiness all the meanwhile, not shy of taking care of oneself and reminding others to do just that. I do feel the need to remind you to hydrate, to eat well enough to keep oneself moving forward productively. Because again, it feels like you have such a busy schedule that you may neglect that at times or forget. I really feel like it's a remainder of June that reminds you that you're a star in the making, and a star in every moment that you wrap oneself up in, okay? You're heavily, heavily thinking about something coming to an end expectedly, okay? And potentially being pushed to think about an unexpected ending from the past, all right, out of preparation for the future. But I feel like as well, Spirit's trying to push you to put a habit to rest out of respect for your health and potentially the level of money it costs. What else do we have for Leo? I really feel like there is just a very focused, mature, on time, punctual sort of way about you that people respect. The leader within you is obviously emerging. There's no doubt about that. What else do we have for Leo? The Nine of Swords coming out. All right, your dreams taking a focus. The stress that exists due to a boss figure or a situation or people you live with, or just maybe your spirituality, it needs to not be a focus in the second half of the month, okay? Focus on the fact that underneath it all, your ships are coming in. I feel like travel is in your future. I really feel like there's more than enough money coming in the second half of the month. Even if you watch this reading and don't believe that wholeheartedly, you're going to go on a lot of rants. You're a storyteller. You are somebody who just knows where they fit in and where they don't, but not willing to adjust how they feel or what they think potentially keeping things open to adjusting, but then feeling quite concrete in what you know, right? Making you a great teacher. But I feel like at certain points you're willing to listen and learn as well, right? More commonly being a leader, taking charge, showing people how it's done, helping, and getting your voice out there is very key for you. But at very select times in the second half of the month, briefly opening up your ears and listening, learning something, or being reminded something, be like, okay, yep, moving on forward, got a lot to accomplish. All right, I'm putting that card back. Seven of Pentacles and the Moon, I feel like in a very secretive way, wow, they pushed me to very awkwardly let go of the Moon card. It just fell onto the ground. All right, we're letting go of the emotions and we're staying strong as we move towards a level of hard work, or we continue it. It just feels like even if you're not fully in the mood, you do what you got to do, right? Again, that mature way of being. I do sense that as well with the Moon card going onto the ground, they're pushing you to open up a bit, okay? There are opportunities to connect with coworkers, potentially clientele and customers, not necessarily a boss figure, or maybe it could be people that work for you specifically, to open up to them a bit, right? Be inspirational in that sense as well. I feel like in the midst of telling stories, you're sharing facts about you, your life, how you started doing what you do. If you read tarot, you're very successful, okay? Something you've been working on, regardless of what it is for a while, is thriving like no other. Be so damn proud of yourself, as they just showed somebody patting themselves on the back. All right, your connection to the moon, quite strong. All right, it's quite strong in a very peaceful way. Every time you look up at the moon, whether it's from indoors or outdoors, there's something to remember, okay? Not to learn, but to remember. You have such an immense amount of knowledge within you that needs to be put to use to help other people, okay? And all the meanwhile helping oneself. To heal other people while healing oneself is such a strong attribute, or such a strong skill set rather. Nine of Pentacles, all right? Reaching for that independence and showing people how it's done, right? Thinking about releasing oneself from a cage of restrictions. In this smaller sense, it could be breaking it down to the day, leaving a job or stepping away from a toxic living situation, or even in a larger sense, making a big change as far as a move of residence or a career switch up. You may feel as if you're an entrepreneur, your business is transforming by the day, and people are seeing this, and it's just magnificent, right? It's so strong. It speaks to the individual transformation you're going through on a core level, on a soul level. All right. It feels like you will speak a lot and go on rants, but then Spirit could be speaking through you. It feels like you don't need to force it to get your point across. People trust what you have to say, Leo. I really feel like you need to fully grasp that. You are proven right so many times that you will see that people just trust you. And I'm now saying your predictive nature for some of you. It just feels like with the Three of Wands again, there's a lot of expectations when it comes to your future, but it just feels like you're being put on a pedestal in a lot of ways. Bear with me as they're forcing me to lose my voice a bit. They may do that in certain moments to stop you from over-speaking, oversharing, or just to move you on to the next moment. Okay. Or you may need to just start something over. Your future is bright is now coming through. I really feel like you are pushed to recognize that you are more guarded than meets the eye, or than you even realize at times, because of your rocky past, because of the BS you've been through. And that's going to be highlighted through certain connections within work, or just in general, even outside of work. You're going to find that you are thriving. There's something to learn when it comes to why you're thriving in the second half of June, and even in the beginning of it. And it just feels like it's very related to your routine, how overworked you are. And I feel like you are doing well because you're making money, right? Making money is making you happy. Being a leader, being put in that spot is making you happy. I'm hearing training. I truly feel like you just take charge, meaning to and without meaning to, in different moments of the second half of the month. Birds being quite present in the second half of the month in more than one situation. And I feel like at times it could be spirit communicating, at other times it's just a lot of birds. A lot of laughter as well, even though I don't feel inclined to laugh right now. Yeah, I just feel like you are meant to teach people, okay? You're being noticed, right? If you work multiple jobs, run a business, work a job, or regardless, it could just be one job or just a business. You're being noticed, okay? You're being put in the spotlight on the stage, and it's where you're meant to be, okay? I really feel like there's a focus on your fulfillment, your happily ever after, and where you're meant to head, right? To the top is what I'm getting. Your world is changing, Leo, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful. You are strong, you're bold, you're passionate, and it's helping you go places as you help people in so many ways, right? Again, guarded, but passionate and ready to move towards what you deserve as you put in that hard work and you show people how it's done. There is a mysterious way about you, and you're reminded not everybody is to be trusted. But it's the second half of the month where you see a lot of attention and success taking place. Again, there's travel in your future, all right? So I hope this reading was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing rest of the month, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Leo.